These are the Max Ceramic 1 5/8 inch long tube headers for the 94 to 97 and the 01 to 04 V6 Mustang. If you're looking for a set of long tubes for your 94 to 97 or 01 to 04 V6, these are currently your only option, so you're gonna wanna check them out. Long tubes are a great way to get both sound and performance gains out of your Mustang, and a lot of people turn to polished ceramic headers like these ones for performance and a good look in the engine bay that'll hold up over time. Long tube headers are always a difficult install, especially considering that you're gonna need to install a shorty mid-pipe with these headers. You can expect to spend a full day in the garage and a 3 out of 3 wrenches in the difficulty meter. Let's look at some of the specifics of the headers first. The primary tubes are 1 5/8 inch thick, 16 gauge mandrel bent stainless steel tubing, which is gonna help with smooth airflow. They then merge down into your collector, which needs to connect to a new shorty mid-pipe. These have 2.5 inch true fit collectors, and just keep in the back of your mind that you will need a new mid-pipe to run long tubes on this generation, and it is recommended to stick with the same brand when it comes to long tubes and mid-pipes. So you want a Max Shorty H pipes so you know that these things are gonna fit together. I always encourage people to keep with the same brands because when you mix brands, you tend to run into fitment issues. If we move on to the finish, these headers have a polished ceramic finish. This is different than a natural or a chrome finish. A chrome finish is more for show, and a natural finish is more raw. The polished ceramic finish that these headers have is gonna outlast a chrome finish or a polished finish. It actually keeps underhood temps down since it doesn't allow as much heat to escape through the headers. And since these have a polished ceramic, you get the best of both worlds with functionality and looks. One thing I will say is that when it comes to long tubes, while a tune is not required, it's always going to be your best bet when you switch over to a long tube setup. And I say this because a tune here is not only going to help you get everything out of these expensive mods, one of the main purposes of that tune with long tubes is to turn off your rear O2 sensors so you won't be getting a check engine light. Now, if you really don't want a tune or it isn't in the budget right now, since we are talking about budget shopping at this point, then you can get away with running some MIL eliminators to get around that check engine light. When it comes to price, you can expect to pay right about $400 for these. Mac is more budget friendly than other options out there, but these particular headers are the only set that we have for the 94 to 97 and the 01 to 04 V6 right now. Do keep in mind though that you will need to pick up that shorty mid-pipe. A Max shorty mid-pipe is going to cost just under $200. As for the install on this one, long tubes are always going to be a difficult install. I don't say this often, but if you don't have a helping hand or you don't have much experience, it might be better to just take the car to a shop for the install. If you do tackle this yourself, it's going to be a full 3 out of 3 wrenches on the scale and a day in the garage, especially considering you're going to be installing a new mid-pipe with these headers. You can do the job with a jack and jack stands, but a lift would make things easier for sure. You're going to need your toolbox for this one with an assortment of different sockets, wrenches, and extensions. You're looking at things like disconnecting the steering shaft, the starter, and removing the motor mounts to get enough room. A lot of this install obviously requires working in some pretty tight areas, so while everything is straightforward, getting access and maneuverability in these areas is actually tricky. To make things easier, you're even looking at pushing the trans out of the way to get enough room. And in this case, having a helping hand is really going to benefit you. But a day of wrestling and some pretty petty spend on these mods is totally worth it in my opinion. That's going to wrap things up for the Max Ceramic long tube headers for the 94 to 97 and 01 to 04 V6 Mustangs. But you can always check them out more online right here at AmericanMuscle.com.